Hello everyone and welcome to the Wolfszeit channel. Today with a very special topic, always special, the territory management. So some of you have asked for that, to explaining how the territory management in general works or how guild management in general works. At least I can just tell you this from our perspective, but I will include also other ways how to deal with stuff. And with all that in mind, there could always be a better option in anything. So if you have better options, please comment below, would be very nice. And territory management and guild management in general is very complicated, because nearly every guild has another style of management, and this of course influences the territory control management. What do I mean with territory control management? Because sometimes it's really grinding on my gears that people have a completely false depiction on what guild management is in this game, because it's totally different compared to many other games. It works completely different, because often there are processes behind that people are working on or people are doing that some maybe can't see, and then having maybe a false depiction on how this gameplay works or how it then is and stuff like that. Just for example, what a lot of people don't think about is, what do you do when you're having a territory and you want taxes from people that will live there, but you also don't want to be bothered by them, of course. And for some guilds this is a very hardcore discussion about beliefs, about whatever stuff. Just to give you a brief example. So you're now maybe owning this territory here, and of course you are collecting taxes. Of course you and your guild, you want that this is growing, that your guild treasury will grow, so you need more citizens in there that are maybe not your guild members, that you gain of course gold in your own territory. So now the yellow dots are your guild members. Then you're also having another problem. You're having a neighbor that you really don't like, and the neighbor doesn't like you. I mean, it's normal, it's mortal. Both sides doesn't even know where the conflict has started, but both are willingly bring it to an end someday, somewhere in some years, I don't know. So this was even a problem before the Reckoning patch hit the live server. So you have normal citizens. The problem is, if you have normal citizens in your territory, this is often a problem, because you don't know their alignment. You will never know, you will never know. The thing is, not only the citizens are a risk factor in your territory, of course, there are also citizens in there who are actively causing problems, who are actively, I don't know, disturbing guild members, actively disturbing other neutral citizens and stuff like that, or maybe are a huge risk factor because they're having a priest or something like that. And often guilds just don't want to bother with all that crap and just saying, like in this comic, hey, you have 2 legs, you're not a guildmate, you're not an allied, you are walking into our territory, you are gonna die. And a lot of times this actually happens, because otherwise a few members of the guild you are in or yourself will have always the feeling in the back of your head, this could just change to red one day, and then you're having a problem. This directly leads to our next thing. So as a territory owner, you're often greeted by someone building a house directly into your face. I mean, into your territory, of course, without asking. Then the whole guild is like, oh, are we getting attacked? Is this a new attack claim? What are these people? Are these newcomers? Or do they want to build a new base just for griefing and, I don't know, pet griefing and stuff? Are these one single warriors? Are these solo players? Is this a small group? Who is this? And in most guilds, after about 10 seconds, the decision has fallen to siege the house. For us, it also depends on the case. Then sometimes if you siege such houses, of course, people will shit talk, of course. Then you're also having requests like, hey, I'm completely friendly, I'm a solo player, I just want to play in the area, I won't be a problem. Then you're maybe saying, okay, no problem, you can come to the area, just be here, just don't be a problem to any of our members or any to our alliance members. Just don't be a problem. And what do people do best? They being a problem. Over farming stuff, actively annoying, and just causing internal troubles. This is why we as a guild, for example, completely declining any settlement contracts that are not in the favor of our guild members and of our guild. Because as a guild with a very decent size, we can't have individual contracts with individual people. We have some for very specific, special, single people that are very reliable and having a very good reputation. And that we are actually benefiting from that, because otherwise we wouldn't make a contract at all. And other guilds handle that in a completely different way. And this is also the beauty of it. And with 35 regions, you're also having 35 different guild managements. At least 35 different region guild managements. There are also a lot more guilds, of course, in Mortal Online 2. And some guilds are also holding more than one territory, of course. This also leads to our next big thing about guild and territory management. Sometimes you're having members who maybe want to build a bank somewhere, who maybe need some territorial control structures somewhere, but maybe these are not enough members in your whole guild to be the majority of the guild. So some guilds are handling it by normal members aren't allowed to build anything anywhere. This is only allowed by officers and stuff, and only after talking it about in the big round if we should place another TC bank or something like that. Some guilds are also saying no, it gets only dropped by the lead. And then you're maybe also having our way. It's like, okay, if it makes sense, if a few people at least want that, and if you can pay the upkeep in advance, then okay, maybe it's okay. And I can really guarantee you that in 90% of the cases it ends like in this comic. The thing is, every time you're placing more territory control for your guild, you're also having more responsibility in general. The more responsibility the guild has, the more pressure it has on its members, on every member, especially on the higher ranks, because everyone is like, why is he allowed to build a bank there and I'm not? Why can he build this there and I'm not? And stuff like that. And this is always a problem that will rise from that, because it's very individual. The thing is, if you want individual solutions, that is a lot of effort. The thing is, it also is a good benefit. The problem is, can you actually achieve that? And this is the question a few guilds should maybe ask themselves, if they can provide that or not, just for this particular topic. But most of the guilds are just saying, oh no, we can't provide that. We don't want to provide all this crap. This is so much bureaucracy shit. We don't need that. No. And this is just more or less how to handle that with inside the guild, when people inside the guild want to build stuff somewhere. But I mean, for a new player or for someone who's just running around and searching for a house place, it's not often a problem, because most guilds in this game are just allowing that if you place your house there, no problem there. But in some high-end game areas, placing a house there is more or less like a death sentence to your guild. I mean, most of the time when people are building houses anywhere on the map, it's not a problem. Most of the time, the problem occurs when people are building houses and actually playing there and farming there and maybe also gathering resources there and causing a problem for the owning territory guild. Maybe with disrupting the farming, disrupting dungeons, disrupting whatever stuff. Maybe griefing horses and stuff like that. I mean, these are just a few examples to give you the depiction of what guild and territory management actually means. These are just a few things. There are many, many more, and in the future videos I will discuss many, many more of that. I mean, only if the people want to know that. I don't know. I mean, this video was a request, I know, but I don't know if all the other people want to see that. So yeah, please comment below. It would be very nice to know. So yeah, anyway. So the opinion voting about the territory control patch and the special moves overhaul and also the invasion system is pretty surprising in my opinion. I thought it was a little bit more positive, but okay, at least 50%. But I mean, Starboard is already working on stuff. They are already balancing, bug fixing, and maybe also thinking about what they should work on next. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. So please leave a like, subscribe, would be really awesome, by the way. And special thanks to all of these supporters, of course. Carmel, Lucario, Mr. Minerva, Demtire, Dronus, Paternax, Colombo, Log, and all the others, of course. And never forget to make your guild territory policies hard. I mean, make party art in your territory. And see you all next time. Goodbye.